Hey guys, we got another video prepared for you today. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Wednesday, May 14th. We're going to completely break down every single one of our matchups today and try to predict the outcome. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final score might be, and we'll be taking an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree? Do you disagree? Drop the comments down below, and I will make sure to respond to every single one. We're going over every game this entire season throughout the Major League Baseball season. We actually have 17 games in total today. We have 2 sets of doubleheaders, so there's some extra games, but more baseball, the more fun, but we're going to try to run through these games as quickly as we can. We also have the other sports news going on. The NFL draft just happened, college football transfer portal, spring ball. Once the football season starts, we also go over every game as well those seasons, and we also break down the best bets, both for football and for baseball, money lines, spreads, over-unders. We touch on everything. If you want to join one of our team links, go down to the comments down below. You can click on the team membership down there and sign up. We would definitely appreciate it. But let's get started. Like I said, 17 games. There's a lot of them, so let's start running through these ones. The very first one we have is actually going to be game 1 of our doubleheader at 12:05 p.m. We're going to have the 21-20 Minnesota Twins. Don't forget, this team was 7 games under 500 2 weeks ago. They have been on a tear recently, fought their way back to 500, fought their way over 500. Coaching staff took a lot of pressure off of them. They're starting to score some runs. They've been pitching pretty good the whole season. They'll be facing off first the 15-24 Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore, we knew that they were going to have a lot of power with their bats, a lot of home run power here, but pitching has been awful. It was expected this offseason, but they got to get that pitching under control to have a real shot here to fight back to 500. As me making this video, you have the Twins coming in here, 54.9% chance to win. Baltimore, a 45.1. The Orioles, 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 9.5. Minnesota right now, they are even. The Orioles are minus 120. This is one of those games that you could see it potentially going either way, and that spread might change because it's a doubleheader. We might get some movement on these lines after I get this video out. You're going to have the Minnesota Twins coming in here. 54.9% chance to win this game. Baltimore, a 45.1% chance. Minnesota, they're averaging 4 runs a game, 238 average, 35 home runs, 24 steals, giving up 3.33 runs a game. Pitching has been pretty consistent the entire season, but now they're starting to get those bats going. Then you have Baltimore, 3.8 runs a game, hitting 227, 46 home runs. Like I mentioned, a lot of home run power here, 20 steals, but it's the pitching that has been their Achilles heel. 5.32 runs per game, over 2 runs per game more than Minnesota's giving up. Right now, the Orioles are going to have Dean Creamer going for them. 3-4 record, 5.24 ERA, 44.2 innings, 30 strikeouts, 8 home runs given up so far in 7 games. And then you have Bailey Ober going right now for the Twins. 4-1 record, 3.5 ERA, 43.2 innings, 37 strikeouts. He's actually had a lot of great control so far this season. They have the edge on offense. They have the edge pitching-wise. But with these doubleheaders, technically anything can happen. It can get crazy. Whatever happened game 1, the complete opposite will happen game 2. It's just the way doubleheaders work. Give me the Twins to win this one. I'm going with that plus 1.5. And I'm going to go with the under for game 1. And then our next one is also going to be game 1 of the next doubleheader at 1:05 p.m. The 23-19 St. Louis Cardinals facing off first the 24-17 Philadelphia Phillies. Right now, the Cardinals second in the NL East, Phillies second in the NL West. You have the St. Louis Cardinals here. 47.4% chance to win this game. The Phillies, a 52.6% chance to win this game. Both of these teams have pretty decent offenses. One thing St. Louis can do is they do have a top 7 overall batting average team. This team has no issues getting on base. Right now, the Phillies 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. Philadelphia comes into this game. They are minus 120. The Cardinals are plus 130. St. Louis are averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 261. 38 home runs, 28 steals, giving up 3.85 runs per game. Pitching has really stepped up for the St. Louis Cardinals. That's what's gotten this team up to 500 because they used to be a couple games under. They've now fought themselves over 4 games over 500. Very competitive team right now on a hot streak. Phillies, though. And when you look at the Phillies, they have one of the best offensive rosters in baseball top to bottom. If they get Harper going, Turner, Schwarber with 14 home runs. This team has a lot of power, a lot of speed. They can beat you multiple ways. And to me, they have the deepest rotation in baseball. Once we get to August and September, that's when they're really going to start stretching their muscles. They're averaging 4.8 runs a game, hitting 257, 42 home runs, 37 steals, giving up 3.76 runs per game. And for the pitching, we have a good one. We have Fede right now going for the Cardinals. Great start to the season for him. 3-3 record, 3.86 ERA, 46.2 innings, 29 strikeouts. The big thing that stands out to me, though, is 21 walks. That's practically a walk every other inning. You don't want to put guys on base here when you're facing the Phillies, especially when you have a team with the power of the Phillies. They have Jesus Luzardo going 3-0 record, 2.11 ERA, 47 innings, 51 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up in 7 games. This guy's showing great control. He's striking people out. St. Louis can get pretty aggressive, but they have a good batting order, obviously. They have Nolan Arenado, Contreras, Donovan, but the Phillies can counter that. But with these doubleheaders, crazy stuff happened. I've already said that whatever happens this game will not happen game 2, but I'm going to go with the Phillies winning this one, covering the spread, and going with the over. And at 1:10 p.m., we have the 20-23 Milwaukee Brewers. Very decent offense on this team. If they're hot, they can score a lot of runs. They'll be facing off first the 25-17 Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians right now second place in the AL Central. Cleveland's hot right now. Scoring runs, starting to pitch a little better. They still give up a lot of runs, but this team is on a pretty hot streak right now, playing solid baseball. Cleveland, 51.2% chance to win this game. Milwaukee, a 48.8% chance to win. Cleveland, 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. The Guardians come into this game. They're going to be minus 154. Milwaukee's plus 130. The Brewers are averaging 4.5 runs a game, hitting 233, 35 home runs, 51 steals. Milwaukee, a smaller market team, but they excel at playing small ball, finding ways to generate runs on the base paths. Very aggressive with the steals, giving up 4.14 runs per game. They might have the edge here bullpen-wise, though. For Cleveland, they're averaging 4.1 runs a game, hitting 234, 45 home runs, 30 steals, giving up 4.23 runs a game. Looking at the pitching, we only have a starter as of me making this video for the Guardians. They have Gavin Williams going career 4.11 ERA, this season 3-2 record, 4.38 ERA, 37 innings, 45 strikeouts. That's a pretty good strikeout percentage. And you know Milwaukee, they're going to be aggressive with the bats, but we have no starter announced yet for the Brewers right now. I hate going into this game not knowing all the variables. There's the unknown factor here. I already mentioned the Brewers probably have the edge on bullpen. This could be a bullpen game for the Brewers. That can be a pro, that could be a con sometimes. It just depends on how well the bullpen stacks up. Since we have an unknown with the Brewers, that's going to force me to lean slightly towards the Guardians. I'm going to go with Cleveland winning this one, covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And at 3:35 p.m., we're going to have Game 2 of our first doubleheader, the 21-20 Minnesota Twins versus the 15-24 Baltimore Orioles. We already went over the stats for these teams. We know the Twins are playing the hotter baseball right now. Orioles, they have power, but it's been the pitching holding them back. Looking at this matchup, Twins 54.9% chance to win. Baltimore a 45.1% chance to win. Twins are the 1.5 run favorites here. The over-under here is 8.5. Minnesota, they come in here, they're minus 110. Baltimore is also minus 110 as of me making this video, but with these doubleheaders, those lines actually do move. Right now, Minnesota, they're going to have the only announced pitcher for this game, Simeon Woods Richardson, the guy who was supposed to start yesterday, getting the nod here, 2-2 record, 4.01 ERA for his career, 4.2 ERA, 33.2 innings, 31 strikeouts, only 6 home runs given up. Baltimore has no announced starter as of right now. Really, no matter who gets the nod for Baltimore on the mound, you know they're going to give up a lot of runs. Pitching is not their strong suit this season. If it's a bullpen game for Baltimore, it could get really rocky here. They might give up a lot of runs, but crazy things happen in these doubleheaders. And what's the state of the bullpen for both teams after a game that they've already played today? Those bullpens could be a little depleted. Baltimore, they could be stretched really thin here. Give me Minnesota to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And this is going to be a really good game next at 3:45 p.m. The 22-20 Arizona Diamondbacks versus the 24-18 San Francisco Giants. Both these teams hailing out of the NLS. It is the deepest, the most competitive division in baseball right now. Right now, Arizona's 22-20, and they're 4th place in the NLS. San Francisco 24-18, and they're 3rd place. That's how deep this division is. Right now, the Diamondbacks 40.8% chance to win this game. The Giants a 59.2% chance to win this game. But Vegas is going with the Diamondbacks, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. Arizona, they're minus 110. The Giants are also minus 110 as well. Arizona, they have the offense where technically they can compete with anyone. Carroll, Perdomo having great seasons so far. They're averaging 5 runs a game, 248 average. A lot of home run power here. 54 home runs. That's top 5 in baseball. 34 steals, giving up 4.6 runs a game. Pitching has been their weakness. It was their weakness last year. That's what held them out of the playoffs. It's a little better than it was last year. The offense has continued to be very stable. They just got to get that pitching on point. And San Francisco, what a surprise team they've been this season. 4.7 runs a game, 232 average, 42 home runs, 24 steals, only giving up 3.42 runs per game. That's that pitching that they can rely on. Right now, the Giants, they have Jordan Hicks going, 1-4 record, 5.82 ERA, which is well above his career average of 4.1. 43.1 innings, 40 strikeouts. Look at this. Only 2 home runs given up in 7 starts. That's the type of numbers you want to see when you are facing a team that hits as many home runs as the Diamondbacks. You want a pitcher who keeps it in the ballpark. Right now, the Diamondbacks, they have Eduardo Rodriguez going, 1-3 record, 6.86 ERA, 40.2 innings, 48 strikeouts. He is striking out a lot of guys. Giants have been known to swing for the fences here. But give me San Francisco to pull off the upset, going with the plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over. And at 4:10 p.m., a battle of our first place teams. The 24-17 New York Yankees, first place in the AL East, versus the 22-18 Seattle Mariners, first place in the AL West. Right now, the Mariners 55.6% chance to win this one. New York a 44.4% chance to win. But Vegas favors New York here. 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Yankees -115. The Mariners are -105. To me, this game's a 50-50. It's a pick-em practically. Right now, New York, the number 1 offense in baseball, and they're also number 1 in home runs. I give a lot of that credit, obviously, to Aaron Judge, who's putting up historic numbers so far this season. A 4.14 average. That's video game numbers. 14 home runs, 40 RBIs right now. This guy is on a tear, completely carrying this team. They're averaging 5.9 runs a game, hitting .263, 70 home runs, 29 steals, giving up 3.71 runs per game. One of the better pitching teams in baseball, one of the deeper pitching staffs in baseball, and that's all without Garrett Cole, who's the race. Right now, Seattle, very balanced on offense, 4.9 runs a game, hitting .243, 53 home runs, 43 steals, giving up 4 runs per game, and getting a lot of production from Raleigh, Crawford, Polanco. If they get Rodriguez going, this is a very dangerous lineup, and they're a young team. Right now for the Yankees, going with Will Warren. Not the best start to his season, but it's actually under his career average of 5.7 ERA. This season, 2-2 record, 4.75 ERA, 36 innings, 41 strikeouts, striking out a lot of guys. But you have Luis Castillo going. Career 3.5 ERA this season, 3-3 record, 3.95 ERA, 43.1 innings, 33 strikeouts. The main thing the Yankees have going for them is they do have one of the better bullpens in baseball. Closer's a little up for debate, but bullpen has been solid. Seattle, though, they might be due for a win here versus the Yankees. I'm going to go with the upset. I have the Mariners winning this one, covering the spread, and I'll go with the under this game. And our next game is going to be a pretty difficult one to call. We have 2 really good teams. This is game 2 of our next doubleheader, 6:15 p.m. The 23-19 St. Louis Cardinals, we already went over their stats, versus the 24-17 Philadelphia Phillies. We also covered their stats as well. Both teams second place in their respective divisions. St. Louis, 47.4% chance to win this game. Phillies, a 52.6. Philadelphia, they are 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8 as of me making this video. Phillies -135. The Cardinals are +115. Looking at our pitching matchup, you have the extremely consistent Sonny Gray going for St. Louis. As long as he's not wearing pinstripes, this guy's a very consistent pitcher. 3.55 career ERA. So far this season, 3.5 ERA, so he's right on point with his career. 4-1 record, 46.1 innings, 47 strikeouts, keeping the walks down, keeping the home runs down, keeping the base hits down, versus Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola, not the best start of his career so far this season, but we know overall this guy's a veteran. When he's on, he has Cy Young caliber stuff. 1-6 record. That is awful for him. He's going to completely turn it around. It is due to happen. 4.89 ERA. That number will come down. 46 innings, 50 strikeouts. He's striking guys out, but he is giving up a lot of hits, walking a lot of guys, giving up a couple home runs, but we know what he's capable of. But this is one of those teams. 2 very good pitchers throughout the consistency of their entire career. This one could kind of go either way, and it's game 2 of a doubleheader, so you have the crazy doubleheader stuff that can happen. But I'm going to go with the Phillies to win this game to cover the spread. But I'm going to go with the under this matchup. And at 6:40 p.m., the 22-21 Boston Red Sox, second place in the AL East, versus the 27-15 Detroit Tigers, first place in the AL Central. The Tigers, what a start to the season for them. They don't just have a great offense, they also have a great pitching staff right now. Right now, the Tigers, 71.4% chance to win this game. Boston at 28.6%. That's actually crazy numbers when you consider the fact that Boston is second in the AL East. They're not a chump. They're actually a really good team. Some people picked them to win the East this season. Some people had them go into the World Series this year. Right now, the Tigers, 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. Detroit comes in this game -215. The Red Sox are +180. Boston, very capable offense, very capable pitching. They're averaging 4.9 runs a game, hitting .254. 50 home runs, 45 steals, very balanced on offense. They're good at both of those. 3.65 ERA, pitching well right now. But right now, Detroit, 5.2 runs a game, hitting 255, 50 home runs, 17 steals. They're not the fastest team, but they make up for it. They find ways to get runs home, and they're only giving up 3.15 runs per game. That is a top 7 pitching team overall in all of baseball. Right now for the Red Sox, they have Hunter Dobbins going. Hunter Dobbins, great start to the season, 2-1 record, 2.78 ERA, 22.2 innings, 19 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up in 3 starts. Right now, you're going to need Boston. You need him to have a great start here in Detroit on the road. And for the Tigers, they have Skubal going. When this guy's on, he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. 4-2 record this season, 2.08 ERA, 47.2 innings, 60 strikeouts. Boston is aggressive. He is an aggressive pitcher. Who's going to win out? He only has 5 walks in 7 starts, only 4 home runs in 7 starts. That's the performance you need here versus a good Red Sox team. Give me the Tigers to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And it's 7:07 p.m., the 18-22 Tampa Bay Rays versus the 20-20 Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto kind of disappointing their offense so far. They are starting to score some more runs, but this team, with the amount of players they have on this team, they are capable of a lot more. They are definitely capable of a lot more home runs. Springer, Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., they have their productive bats there. Right now, they have a 52.1% chance to win this game. Tampa Bay, 47.9%. Right now, Toronto, 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. The Blue Jays, they're minus 150. The Rays are plus 125. But you don't want to overlook the Rays. This is not a bad team. They're a pretty good pitching team. They're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 241, 32 home runs, 47 steals, giving up 3.74 runs per game. And for Toronto, they're averaging 3.9 runs a game. They got to get that number up, hitting 250, 30 home runs, 26 steals, giving up 4.23 runs per game. And looking at our pitching, you have Ryan Popeil right now going for the Rays. Good start to the season for him. 2-4 record, 3.86 ERA, 44.1 innings, 38 strikeouts, walking a lot of guys. But the big question is, can the Blue Jays actually make him pay for that mistake? Right now, Toronto going with the everlasting, extremely consistent Chris Bassett. Chris Bassett throughout his career, whether it's the Athletics, the Mets, the Blue Jays, usually he's hovering from that 3.5 to 3.8 ERA every single season. So far this season, 3-2 record. 3.35 ERA, 45.2 innings, 49 strikeouts, keeping the walks down, keeping the homers down. Give me Bassett and the Blue Jays to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll slightly go with the under this one. Then at 7:10 p.m., the 14-28 Pittsburgh Pirates. The season has gotten away from them extremely quickly. They need to end the bleeding here versus the 27-15 New York Mets, one of the best records in baseball, top 3 overall team. Right now, the Mets 77.3% chance to win this one. Pittsburgh a 22.7. The Mets are such heavy favorites here that it's a little concerning to me. Whenever you're favored by that much, sometimes the upset is looming. The Mets are 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. New York, minus 265. The Pirates, plus 215. That's crazy numbers in the Mets' favor. Pittsburgh, struggling on offense. They have to find some ways to generate runs. They're stealing a lot of bases, but they're not getting those guys home. They're averaging 3.1 runs a game, hitting 220, 28 home runs, 45 steals, giving up 4.14 runs per game. The Mets, their offense is starting to click. Lindor, Alonso, Soto getting production from 1 through 3, but now the 4 through 9 are starting to hit. They're averaging 4.9 runs a game, hitting 255, 51 home runs, 30 steals, a 2.88 ERA. That is one of the best in baseball. That's top 2 in baseball. Top 2 for starting pitching, top 2 for bullpen. This team can outpitch you. They can outhit you. Looking at the pitching, we have Falter going right now for Pittsburgh. 2-3 record, 4.36 ERA, 43.1 innings, 31 strikeouts, walking a lot of guys, but not giving up that many home runs. And for the Mets, they have Clay Holmes going, the reliever turned starting pitcher. What a season for him. He has shown that he has starting pitching stuff. 5-1 record, 2.74 ERA, 42.2 innings, 44 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 home run. That was in his last start. 1 home run so far in 7 starts. That is elite here. He is aggressive, keeping the walks down, definitely keeping the homers down. But Pittsburgh doesn't really have that much power anyways. But maybe they're due for the upset. I'm going to go with New York to win this one to cover the spread, and we'll go with the over. And it's 7:14 p.m. The 12-29 Chicago White Sox. They've actually won a couple games last week. This team, yes, they have an awful record. Yes, they lost 121 games last season, but they're kind of a scrappy team. A lot of really close losses. They usually keep the game within striking distance versus the 20-22 Cincinnati Reds. Don't underestimate the Reds. They have a pretty decent offense. They have pretty decent pitching. Right now, the Reds 70.6% chance to win this one. Chicago a 29.4. Cincinnati 1.5 run favorites. The over here here is 8.5. They're minus 225. The White Sox are plus 185. The White Sox are averaging 3.4 runs a game, hitting 214, 29 home runs, 32 steals, giving up 4.1 runs per game, which actually isn't bad considering the fact that a lot of pressure is on this pitching staff to keep the runs down so they have a shot to win. Cincinnati Reds are averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 237, 42 home runs, 47 steals, giving up 3.75 runs per game. Chicago, they have Davis Martin going, solid start to the season for him. 1-4 record, 4.01 ERA. He's technically pitched better than his record shows. 42.2 innings, 28 strikeouts, 12 walks, 5 home runs. That's not bad at all. Nick Lodolo right now going for the Reds, 3-3 record. 3.23 ERA, 47.1 innings, 38 strikeouts, only 7 walks in 7 starts. That's 1 walk per start. Can't complain about that. Give me the Reds to win this game, to cover the spread, but I'm actually going to go with the under this game. This next one's a pretty interesting game, an NL East versus NL East matchup at 7:15 p.m. The 17-25 Washington Nationals, just like the White Sox, do not underestimate them. A very scrappy team here, facing off first the 20-21 Atlanta Braves. Let's give some props to the Braves, the coaching staff, the team. The team started out the season 0-7. I said no reason to panic. Since then, they've gone all on a tear. All of this without their best player and their best pitcher on the roster. Since they went 0-7, they've gone 20-14 since then. Very hot team. The Braves, 58.7% chance to win this one. Washington, a 41.3. Atlanta, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. They're minus 175. The Nationals are plus 145. Washington, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 239, 40 home runs, 43 steals, giving up 5.45 runs per game. Awful pitching so far from the Nationals. The Braves starting to play a lot better on offense, 3.9 runs a game, 237 average, 42 home runs, 25 steals, giving up 3.87 runs per game. They'll soon have their best pitcher back. They'll soon have their best hitter back. I was kind of leaning Nationals when I first looked at this game. Mitchell Parker, he has not been the problem on the pitching staff. 3-3 record, 3.97 ERA. 45.1 innings, 26 strikeouts. The concerning thing is 22 walks, a walk every other inning, putting a lot of guys on base, but only 1 home run given up. He's keeping the ball in the ballpark. And you have Elder right now going for the Braves, career 4.2 ERA. This season 2-2 record, 4.97 ERA, 38 innings, 30 strikeouts. This one to me, I would not be surprised if you actually see the Nationals get the upset win here. Parker's pitching great. The Nationals are due for an upset win here. Braves are due to drop one at some point, but I ended up going Braves, pulling out a very, very close one. Actually, a 1-run win, getting the win here, but going with the plus 1.5 because it's only 1 run, and I'm going to go with the over. And at 7:40 p.m., the 15-25 Miami Marlins versus the 24-18 Chicago Cubs. Everything I said about the Nationals pitching, just wait till you see the Marlins numbers. Right now, Miami, 34.1% chance to win this one. The Cubs, a 65.9%. The Cubs, first place in the NL Central. What a start to them. One of the best offenses in baseball. Right now, the Cubs, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Cubs, minus 225. The Marlins are plus 185. The Marlins come in. They don't have issues on offense. 4.2 runs a game, 246 average, 34 home runs, 38 steals. It's that pitching, giving up 5.7 runs per game. One of the worst in baseball. You might as well just average that out to 6. Chicago, they're averaging 5.7 runs a game, hitting 252, 59 home runs, 49 steals, one of the best power hitting teams, one of the best averages, one of the fastest teams, and they're only giving up 4.09 runs per game. They're going to have Jameson Talon going right now for the Cubs. This guy's been around. He's a veteran, 2-2 record, 4.53 ERA, 43.2 innings, 35 strikeouts, giving up a lot of home runs here. But no matter how many home runs they give up, will the Marlins give up more runs in general? That's the big question. The Marlins have Weathers going. He's making his first start of the season, his first innings pitch of the season, and unfortunately for them, he has to do it against the Cubs in Chicago. That doesn't bode well for me. I have the Cubs winning this one, covering the spread, going with the over. And at 8:05 p.m., the 7-34 Colorado Rockies coach is fired. This team is the worst team in baseball, facing off versus the 21-21 Texas Rangers, who are starting to play a little better right now. Right now, the Rangers, 69.9% chance to win this game. Colorado, a 30.1% chance. Doesn't help them that they are in the toughest division in baseball. Right now, Colorado's the underdog. Obviously, Rangers 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 9.5. The Rangers are minus 250. The Rockies are plus 205. Colorado, they're averaging 3.3 runs a game, hitting 219, 34 home runs, 18 steals. They have to be more aggressive on the bases. They need runs. They're giving up 5.77 runs per game. Pretty sure it's dead last in baseball. Texas, they're averaging 3.4 runs a game. They did lose Seager to the 10-day DL. 233 average, 41 home runs, 33 steals, giving up 3.4 runs a game. Texas, on paper, one of the best offensive rosters in baseball. The bats have not been hitting to start the season, but they've been pitching well. That's what's been keeping this team alive. They have Patrick Corbin, the veteran, going for the Rangers. 2-2 record, 3.13 ERA, 31.2 innings, 20 strikeouts. Great start to the season for him. Texas needs that pitching to continue to pitch well till those bats get hot. Then this team's going to take off. They have Santazella going right now for the Rockies. 1-6 record, 5.77 ERA, which is exactly what the team averages. 39 innings, only 19 strikeouts. That's not going to cut it. Give me the Rangers to win this game to cover the spread, but I'm going to go with the under this game. At 8:10 p.m., the 25-18 Kansas City Royals versus the 20-20 Houston Astros. Right now, the Astros 67.7% chance to win this game. KC a 32.3% chance, and obviously, a lot of the fans are really siding with the Astros to have the edge in this game. You have the Astros coming in 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Houston coming into this game, they're going to sit here. They are minus 132. KC is plus 112. Just the fact that KC is 25-18. And they have one of the worst offenses in baseball is just a testament to how efficient their pitching has been this season. Right now, they're averaging 3.4 runs a game, hitting 242, 27 home runs, 37 steals, only giving up 2.99 runs per game. That is number 3 in baseball, keeping this team alive. Houston, the offense is starting to hit some more, but they're down Altuve, they're down Alvarez. They're losing a lot of pieces here, but this is a veteran squad. They know how to win games, and they have great pitching. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 249 average, 33 home runs, 22 steals, giving up 3.44 runs per game. Looking at our pitching, as of me making this video, we don't have a starter announced for Houston. Might put some stress on the bullpen here. And you have Michael Lorenzen going for KC. 3-3 record, 3.57 ERA, 45.1 innings, 40 strikeouts. Even though Houston's the favorite here, with them not having a starter here, with that potentially having some strain on the bullpen, I'm going to go with KC. This might be a little bit of a stretch. I have the Royals winning this one, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. Second to last game at 9:40 p.m., the 17-23 LA Angels. A lot of power here versus the 25-15 San Diego Padres, second place in the NL West. One of the best teams in baseball, one of the best overall rosters in baseball. Right now, San Diego, 69.3% chance to win this game. The Angels, a 30.7% chance to win. San Diego, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. They're minus 190. The Angels are plus 160. The Angels, they're averaging 3.7 runs a game, hitting 216, 53 average. A lot of power here. 19 steals, giving up 5.2 runs a game. They're giving up almost 1.5 more runs than they score. They got to get that pitching under control. San Diego, they're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 266. One of the best hitting teams in baseball. One of the best pure hitting teams in baseball. 36 home runs, 33 steals, giving up 3.25 runs a game. They have Machado hitting 331. They have Tatis 316 average, 10 home runs, 24 RBIs. They have power. They have speed. They have pitching. They have Randy Vasquez going right now for the Padres, 2-3 record, 3.76 ERA, 38.1 innings, 18 striking outs. He's not striking out very many batters, but he's getting outs, and he's only given up 3 home runs in 7 starts. Kyle Hendricks, the veteran, going for the Angels. One of the worst starts of his career, 1-4 record, but he is an older pitcher. 5.3 ERA, 35.2 innings, 21 strikeouts, walking a lot of guys, giving up some hits, a low strikeout so far this season. Give me San Diego to get the win here to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. In our final game at 10:10 p.m., the 21-20 Athletics. This team also has a lot of power here. They can score some runs versus the 27-14 LA Dodgers. The Dodgers have shown themselves to be mortal this season. A lot of injuries on the pitching staff, starting pitching, bullpen. They're banged up, but still, they continue to win. They continue to find ways to win. It is the most talented roster, nonetheless. Dodgers 78.7% chance to win this game. That is crazy. That is heavy fan love there. The Athletics 21.3% chance to win. LA 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. The Dodgers are minus 270. The Athletics are plus 220. The Athletics 4.4 runs a game, hitting 259. 51 home runs, a lot of power. 18 steals, giving up 4.82 runs a game. That's a lot of runs given up versus a top 3 offense in baseball. The Dodgers average 5.6 runs a game, hitting 265. 64 home runs. That's number 2 in baseball, just behind the Yankees. 30 steals, giving up 3.83 runs per game, which is actually pretty commendable considering the amount of injuries they have. The Athletics, they have Hoagland going right now, 1-0 record, 2.38 ERA, 11.1 innings, 10 strikeouts, only 1 home run, 1 walk given up. And then you have Yamamoto. He's up there with the top 5, the top 3 pitchers in baseball right now. This guy is dealing at 4-3 record, 1.8 ERA, 45 innings, 53 strikeouts, only 4 home runs given up. The pitching is too good. The hitting is too good. Dodgers win this one. They cover the spread, and we'll go with the over. Guys, that's our predictions, our best bets for all of our Major League Baseball games you have coming up today, Wednesday, May 14th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, drop them below. I will respond. If you want to join one of our member teams, look in the comments below. It is pinned down there. You can sign up. Thanks.